Welcome to my podcast. Today I will be talking about the worst trades by the Montreal Canadiens in the 21st century. I'll be breaking these trades down by GM. GM, Andre Savard. Trading Eric Weinrich to the Boston Bruins for Patrick Traverse turned into a pretty bad trade. Patrick Traverse didn't really do anything for the Canadiens, while Weinrich had a couple solid seasons in the league before he retired. GM Bob Gainey. Trading Jose Theodore to the Colorado Avalanche for David Aebische was a pretty bad trade. Jose Theodore refound his game after the trade to the Colorado Avalanche and spent a few more years in the league. Trading Richard Zednik to the Washington Capitals for a third-round pick in 2007, Olivier Fortier, was a bad trade. Olivier Fortier really didn't do anything for the Canadiens. Zednik only played 4 more years in the league after the trade, but that's still 4 more years than Fortier. Acquiring Janne Niinimaa and a 5th-round pick in 2007, Andrew Conboy from the Dallas Stars for Mike Ribeiro and a 6th-round pick in 2008, Matthew Tassone, was a bad trade. Mike Ribeiro was a great player for the Dallas Stars and is still a very efficient player right now for the Nashville Predators. Janne Niinimaa only played 41 games for the Canadiens before he was out of the NHL. Acquiring Scott Gomez, Tom Pyatt, and Michael Busto for Ryan McDonagh, from the New York Rangers for Ryan McDonagh, Pavel Valentenko, Chris Higgins, and Doug Janik was a terrible trade. This was one of the worst trades by Bob Gainey. You take away Tom Pyatt, Michael Busto, Pavel Valentenko, and Doug Janik from this trade because they really didn't do anything for their respective teams. So the trade ends up being Scott Gomez for Ryan McDonagh and Chris Higgins, which is still a really bad trade. Ryan McDonagh is now a top pair shutdown defenseman and is the captain for the New York Rangers. Chris Higgins went on to have a real good stint with the Vancouver Canucks, while Scott Gomez flamed out in Montreal and ended up having his contract bought out. GM Pierre Gauthier. Trading Jaroslav Halak to the St. Louis Blues for Lars Eller and Schultz was not the best move. The Montreal Canadiens did not get enough for Jaroslav Halak. Plain and simple. Eller was a third-line center at best, and Schultz didn't do anything for the Canadiens. Jaroslav Halak was a great starting goalie, but he doesn't get treated like when he gets traded for some reason. Trading on Sergei Kostitsyn, to the Nashville Predators for Dustin Boyd and Dan Ellis was a bad trade. Boyd never made it to the NHL, and Ellis never played for the Canadiens. Sergei Kostitsyn had 2 solid seasons with the Predators. Trading Michael Camilleri and Kari Ramo to the Calgary Flames for Rene Bourque and Patrick Holland was a bad trade. Patrick Holland never made it to the NHL, and Rene Bourque was terrible in his stint with the Canadiens. Michael Camilleri had been a pretty productive player when he was healthy with the Canadiens, and is still a pretty good player with the New Jersey Devils right now. GM Marc Mergevin. Trading Devontae Smith-Pelly to the New Jersey Devils for Stefan Matteau was not the best move to make. Stefan Matteau is now playing in the AHL, and I don't see him making the NHL as a full-time AHL player in the future either. Devontae Smith-Pelly now plays a big role on the New Jersey Devils. So those are the worst trades by the Montreal Canadiens in the 21st century. Next, I will be talking about the worst trades by the Buffalo Sabres in the 21st century. That will conclude it. This podcast